This is my Insta360 Go Ultra. I used to also have the DJI Nano. I no longer have the Nano because I have the Insta360 Go Ultra. So we're going to talk about why I got rid of my DJI and kept my Insta360 in this video. So I've had the DJI for, I believe, 4 or 5 months, and then the Insta360 Go Ultra came out. Now, I am not new to the style of action cameras when it comes to the separating of the docks, as I had the Insta360 Go when it first came out, and then I switched from that to just back to a regular action camera. Now, what drew me to the Nano before I bought the Go was that DJI had made one and they never had one, so it was kind of cool to try that out to kind of see how DJI's action camera worked as opposed to where the Insta360's Go just didn't. Obviously, in terms of resolution and in terms of internal storage, what you could do with it, the DJI was just the better in that way. Then came out the Go Ultra. Now again, because I had the Nano, I was like, there's some reason for me to get the Insta360 version again when I already have a DJI version. Then when I go back to the Insta360, and so after watching like just a bunch of videos and then just learning a little bit more and more about what this camera was capable of doing, I decided to sell my DJI and stick with the, should I say, I bought the Go Ultra. Now, that's not to say that the DJI is not any better or any worse than the Go Ultra, but I just kind of like the design and the look of this. So I sold my DJI and got the Ultra. Now, again, in true fashion, it's just like the service or the, it's just like the Go Ultra, or the, I'm sorry, the Go. You simply have the nice little flip up screen with the removable screen, or with the removable action camera, which again is actually kind of cool. The only difference is that this is more of a square style versus that kind of rectangular, cylindrical look that you would have got with both the DJI as well as the Go 3, or the Go, and then the new one, the Go S3, I think it was the one that does like 4K. Now, I always found myself always gravitating to the Insta360 when it came to wanting to grab a camera and just taking it with me, doing some really fun kind of cool pictures, or like a few short videos with it. And I just love the versatility of it, and there are so many accessories that I can get with this that you really can't do with the DJI. For instance, I have the printer, so I can basically just take photos on this, open up the app, connect it to the app, store those photos on the app, and I can print it out on this, and I've got high quality pictures from this. I can't do that with the DJI. What I love about Insta360 and how they're going about doing it is that they're kind of trying to fill 2 roles at the same time, if that makes sense. So this is basically just a hybrid action camera. It can do action stuff just like any other action camera, but it can also, if you wanted to print photos with it, you can do that with this. I don't see DJI ever doing that, probably because no one has probably ever thought about asking, or they just never thought really nobody would catch on to it. But the fact that Insta360 does that with both this as well as my Ace Pro 2, that just makes this a much more cooler, much more versatile action camera. Plus, I can also get different types of quick release mounts. So this one obviously just releases to this one. Now, obviously, if you have the Ace Pro 2 or the Ace Pro, those quick release mounts will not actually work on this because the dock on this is actually much wider than it is on the Ace Pro. Another cool feature on this is I can also, again, simply just take this off and I can magnetically click on this. Whereas you can't really do that with the Go 3. I mean, you could, you really had like more of like a little thing you pushed it into, but this is actually a lot more versatile because again, I got a quarter screw on the bottom. I also have a little flip out piece like right there. If the camera focus, there you go, like that. So I can basically use any GoPro accessory I wanted with this that allows me to run the thumb screws. And again, I have that quarter screw right there that basically allows me to get any type of really interesting tripod and then just mount it that way. Now, I am going to be getting an accessory for this because I'm going on vacation in the next month or two, or in the next 2 months. That's going to allow me to use a backpack strap with this. So, for instance, and I'll show you the ones that I have currently now. So these are the two backpack straps that I have now. Both of these will work perfectly fine because again, they have this nice little thumb screw that I can pull out. Now this one I already have for my Ace Pro 2. I can do the same thing with this and then just have it like that. But there are other backpack straps out there that I've seen that actually give me better options that are magnetic. Just like the HomePod, I can simply just attach it like such, and then I can just use the Action Pod to make sure that everything is set up as in the same video recording mode that I want. Make sure the white balance and all that is just perfectly fine, and that's pretty cool. Another thing that I love about this that you didn't really get on the Insta3, or I'm sorry, on the DJI, is the ability to shoot in a kind of 9:16 aspect ratio. So basically allow me to just mount this like this and shoot a 9:16 aspect ratio. Now, you really couldn't do that with the DJI until there was a software update. In order for you to actually do that, you actually had to flip your camera sideways to do that. You weren't technically in a 9:16. You just kind of had to crop and figure that in. Now there's a firmware upgrade to do that. You can, but with this, it's just simply just that, and you can do it all in app. Which again is, when it comes to the apps for both these and the DJI, they both work about the same. I would you do a lot of information on both of them. It's just that with the Insta360, you get a little bit more features on the app than you can with this. Now, when it comes to storage, obviously the DJI versus the Insta360, what I didn't like with the DJI that I don't have to worry about that with the Insta360 is when it comes to storing the videos and then exporting them. So when it comes to it on the Insta360, I can simply just push up on this little piece right here, which is on the side, if it'll let me do it. And then from there, all I have to do is basically just pull out. So as you can see, I can simply just push that up, pull it out, pull out the micro SD card if I wanted to, and then I can export it directly from the micro SD card, or I can leave it in there and then just do it directly from the pod or from the app. Now, when it comes to the DJI, you actually have to, because you're shooting it on the camera itself, you actually have to import it from the camera into the dock, which then allows you to export it, because the dock itself has some storage on it as well as the camera itself. All the storage is on the micro SD card, so you don't have to worry about two different type of storage devices, which again, in terms of the DJI, it's not too bad. It's just having to remember to do that when it comes to wanting to export videos that you have on your camera, doing it through the dock. Otherwise, you just end up having to do it through the app, which is a little bit of tricky navigation. But once you figure it out, it's pretty easy. But it's just one step that I just don't particularly really care for. And it was something I didn't really think about when I had the Nano. This was just something I was just used to, and just something I just got used to. Now, another thing that this has that you don't get on the DJI, and it's just something I'm just surprised action cameras don't have, even the Ace Pro and the GoPros or any other action camera has, and you might not be able to see it, but here, if it'll focus, there is a tilt thing that allows me to actually make sure that it is always correctly, or I guess the term is vertically lined or horizontal line, which basically just means that when I take out the camera and I use the pod, it will check to see if the pod is even, as opposed to it being too to the left or too far to the right. It's just called a tilt mode. And as you can see, there's this button right here on the side. That's a tilt mode. Now, that is something that I don't see on the Ace Pros or even on the DJI Nano. So if you're putting on the Nano, you may not know that it may be crooked. So you're doing some sort of point of view video or some sort of vlog, and your video is looking sideways because you didn't know that it was tilted to the left or to the right. Otherwise, you have to enable Horizon, I believe it's called Horizon feature, which allows you to lock it in Horizon mode. So no matter which way you do it, it's constantly even. But what if you forgot that and you didn't know that, and you're looking at your pod on this? You can see that because when you do it, it'll tell you whether the line is white, it means it's off-centered. If it's green, that means that it's lined perfectly. And it's just something I didn't really think about at the time when I was doing that on the DJI, and it didn't dawn on me until I got the Go Ultra, the Go Ultra 2. Now, in terms of battery life, it's not too bad. You can get, at least from the website, it says if you're shooting at 4K, you usually get about 70 minutes. In the dock, you get longer. Obviously, if you're shooting at a lower resolution 1080, you get a much longer battery life for shooting video. But I usually get about, if I'm lucky, usually about an hour, hour and a half, give or take, because I don't really shoot a lot of long video on it. Typically, I'm using maybe about 30, 40 minutes of video, and that's it. But what I love about this is that because of the magnetic pin that you get with it, you can really get some pretty cool POV shots. I can do it in a 4x3, or I can simply just do it in a normal 16x9. And again, when it comes to these type of action cameras, whether it's the Go Ultra or the DJI Nano, I believe that a lot of these action cameras are just kind of going that route where you don't have to buy like a solid action camera. Something like this would be a lot more discreet. Pop it on your backpack, pop it on yourself, and you are good to go. It's just that I find myself grabbing the Insta360 more than the DJI, because again, I think that the route that Insta360 is going is kind of giving that kind of hybrid. If you want an action camera style without this, you've got the Ace Pro 2, you've got the X5, X4. But if you kind of want that kind of unique experience, a unique point of view, different angles, you pop it up here and you can show this and get different kinds of POV, different kind of shots. That is when the Go Ultras come in. And again, when you're doing these really cool photos and you want to print them out, you don't have to worry about waiting till you get home and then printing it out on the paper or downloading another app and then printing it from that. You can simply just turn on your Insta360 printer, and then you simply just open up the app. These just automatically sync to your app, and then you simply just print it out that way because there was a firmware update, or there was an update to the app that now lets you do that. So I'm hoping later on down the road there'll be an update that allows me to connect this to the printer, which I believe you probably can. I just never thought about looking. But again, that just makes the Insta360 that much more of a more usable, more versatile, and much more favorable action camera. Another cool feature that this has, and you don't notice it in the menu setting, is this menu right here. This very top one is called Pure Video Mode. That basically allows you to shoot in low light scenarios. This by default has an automatic version. So basically you can simply just set it to auto, and then the camera will automatically adjust for that when you're shooting in low light. So you don't have to go into the app, tap on the app to shoot in low light before you get ready to shoot, or in the middle of shooting someone, you're in a dark scene and you got to stop and then redo it. This automatically does it for you, and that's actually really cool. I do love that feature, and it's something that I definitely am looking forward to doing when it starts to get darker here in Alaska. Right now, wintertime is over. We're kind of in the middle of spring, so it's starting to get brighter. So again, I'm also can use different types of lenses with this, just like you can with the Ace Pro. Depending on the lens that you want, you simply would just go into your settings, which would be your accessories. And then here where it says other accessories, you get standard lens, you tap on that, and you get other types of lenses that you can use. So you can scroll through, and it gives you other types of macro lenses, which again is kind of cool. I don't think I'll ever be doing macro lenses because I don't shoot macro. So that's actually kind of cool, and it pairs very well with the Insta360 mic. So other than that, that is the reason why I got rid of my DJI and kept the Insta360. And again, there's nothing wrong with the DJI Nano. It's a great action camera. It will give you some of the features that you already get with the Ace or with the Go Ultra. It's just that to me, the Go Ultra gives you the best of kind of both worlds with a lot more options in it. So that's all that I got for you guys. Again, I want to thank everybody for watching. And again, if you want to take a look at this video, I did do a comparison of a nighttime video between my Go Ultra and my DJI Nano. If you want to see that, I'll have a link down below for that, just a quick shorts video on that. Otherwise, I want to thank everybody for watching. Again, if this video was useful, please give me a thumbs up. If this like to help me create better content. And I will be doing a kind of a 5 best things I love about this video that I probably already would be talking about already in this video, as well as I'll be doing some really another video on some of the accessories that I personally will be using with this action camera. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Again, if you're new to my channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell notification. That way you don't miss content when I drop it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Enjoy your week.